Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Hey, listen. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So today, it's time to play with this one. Hey Zelin, how's it going? Currently I'm struggling a little bit with like layers. Hey Ericky. Like I stumbled on let's see if I can find it again. I did a hey Georg. Hey Algani, how's it going? I did a color lookup and like the points where it's like clearly separated like this, even though the colors are wrong. Like the unicorn stands out instantly. And you see like this, right? This is a better read. Like you read this image better. But like if you switch this one off, right? Now everything is just pancaked. And this way we read just so much better, even though it's not supposed. I mean, it looks horrible, but it does help with the readability, and like this, right? Like desaturating that background. Hey, Arms, how's it going? So it brings me to, like this. This is so much clearer. So I'm struggling a bit in terms of how am I to... Hey Kirill. Kilrathi, you're back. Georg. Hey. I love those. So funny. Tormod, how's it going? How's it going? So, I think one thing I gotta do is maybe something like that to help pop the unicorn. I don't know. It's something. I will experiment with that today. Try to figure out what to actually do. The painting is getting to a point now where I have to solve those things, and I suspect. Hey Quentin, how's it going? I suspect it's at the point now where yeah, I gotta sort it. Hey Örjan, what up yo? What up beard bro? You see? You see this? Oh, this is a man's beard. Magical light on wings and reflected light on unicorn's bottom. Possibly, Kirill, possibly. Um, maybe. Tormod, I mean a man's beard. So you have to have gray hair to be a man? Or an old man? I didn't say old man. I said a man's beard. Hey, Tomku. Right, let's start the timer and let's get this Monday going. How's everyone doing? How was the weekend? Oh, and by the way, I did some more work on this one. I changed the palette a bit, did all the line art on my Saturday morning coffee. But the shadows are just blocks. I need to pay some more attention to that. But overall, this is where I'm at with that guy. More on him tomorrow. Yeah, exactly, Kirill. When I darkened the trolls, the unicorn popped out, and that's one thing I have to sort out. Hey, Atsuki, thanks. Tormund, cheers. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna do more on the that guy, the drug dealer. So if we switch that to only luminosity, obviously that one pops out. Hey, Algan, cheers, 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 cheers. So, like I said, it's getting to a point now where you gotta start, where I gotta start fiddling with everything, right? Like what goes where. Switch ArtStation off. By the way, I uploaded a monster. They released a concept a while back, and I was allowed to show it. So, boom, shown. Right. So obviously making it darker helped the unicorn stand out. So I'm gonna start doing that with a soft light layer and try to push parts of the painting back, but I also don't want to lose like the layer behind. Georg, yeah, exactly. Big decisions in my little world. Exactly, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. So I will be trying to do that to try to help separate push the unicorn forward, kind of like by layering, right? Because I think one of the things that is breaking the image is that if we squint, like squint, making the slits in the eyes, there's lots and lots and lots of dark light, dark light, dark light noise. Like there's no hierarchy in how we're reading it. Everything is just randomly painted, right? There's no clear like volume separation. So that's one thing I think I have to go and do as well. Start pushing and pulling shapes in. Like if we look at the witch here with the frog, although the pillow, the guy that's the frog is sitting on, it's just chaos. So I think what I gotta start doing again is to put everything in its place. Hey Flindau, welcome. You're new. Greetings. Yeah, possibly. I mean the pillar is easily done. I have it on a separate layer. But the reason why I played with the blur and the decision I made, hey junk brush. What a nickname. The reason why I blurred it was to help separate the layer. I mean, I have it non-blurred as well. It just helps with the edges a bit. And I mean, it could be slightly blurry if it's like a little bit before in the foreground. I don't know. Eric, yeah. Hey, children, how's it going? Good morning, Flindau. Flindau. So, back to the point I was talking about. Yeah, I need to start grouping things a little bit better. And also, by the way, so the 2 week challenge, the deadline is up, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to figure out a good balance of when to stream the 2 week challenge. Um, um, Sunday nights are not the best for me to stream because I'm very tired at Sunday nights. And I try to like collect my thoughts on Sunday nights. So one idea I had, depending on schedule, but maybe I can do the 2 week challenge paint over session on my lunch break. Might work quite well for the time being. So that when I do the paint, I mean, I obviously want to talk and be interactive on these paint overs, and like late Sunday night isn't ideal for me to do so, right? I'm kind of mushy in my brain. Everyone is sleeping in my home, so it's not like ideal. So I was thinking it last night because I was really tired. I was just sitting like a vegetable. That maybe the paint over session should be on a specific day. So it's clearly communicated to all of you who participated, which were quite a lot of you, and you all did really, really cool entries. So I'm thinking I should do it on my lunch today at 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock UK time. I mean 1 o'clock UK time. Okay, Kirill. Yeah, the highlight there, I know. The frog's highlight is a bit. That's cool, Kirill. Yeah, I heard someone talk about it the other week. Um, it seems like a smart thing to do because you can always revert back from a smart object. Bjork, yeah, the frog is hypnotized. That little element I need to work slightly more on, more on, more on. Um, but yeah, yeah. Scary. No, it's not done in 30 minutes. This has been a running illustration now for an art competition. But I work on this painting every Monday for 30 minutes. But all the other stuff is usually 30 minutes. But now and then, for the sake of my sanity, I make a little bit of like a project over many days, but spend 30 minutes per day painting on it. And this is for an art competition that I want to win. So I thought I'd stream the process of painting an illustration, because most of my stuff on this channel is sketches, just sketch stuff, right? And you guys don't see the other aspect of my job, which is also illustrations and painting the sketches. It's okay to generate a sketch, but then what do you do? So I thought let's stream a long game as well, and not just the short games, the quick and easy. Algani, yeah, it's a little bit like Moonlight. I was thinking like top light, making it a little bit more um, like they are being lit from above to help pop the shapes a bit. But there is points where it needs to be tuned a bit, because it comes off as it comes off a bit inconsistent, I think. So I think what I will do at some point, I have 20 days to finish this, which is good for me. But what I will try to do is just work on the way it's applied. And also, we noticed, the whole scene needs, I think, better balancing. Or, like I said, we're now at like the fiddle point. Hej Atanananook! Scary, yeah. But I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Um, I think I know I will get where I need to go in this painting. I don't really worry too much about it. All I need to do now is just harmonize it a bit and help the readability. Because the worst thing is to just kind of be lost in the values a bit too much. So I just want to, or I just need to rather balance it a bit. Cheers, Algani. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like I mentioned on another stream on this painting, is that like I lay the foundation, and then with the foundation I can start pushing and pulling and adjusting what's there. It's always been my process. It's always been my thinking of of um, of almost being like a sculptor, you know, like carving the painting rather than establishing everything very accurate from the beginning and like a machine rendering it out. Like I've always enjoyed the process of layering my paint, layering the colors, and carving the volume out instead of the opposite. And then afterwards, I will do grading when I'm getting to that point. Grading being, you know, like how you have raw movie, um, you know, in the camera when you shoot the movie, you get the raw film, right? You set the scene up with lighting and all that, but everything else is quite just raw. And with grading, you know, adjust contrast, you adjust temperature of the reds, temperatures of the green, you know, stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna be doing at a later point in this painting. Again, it's the same process of like layering my painting, and then when the painting is at a certain point, all that raw data um, like I have a chance to manipulate it. If I wouldn't have, it looks broken. If I didn't build the painting in the base, the gradient, whoa, the why is it always doing that? I don't know. Which little menu is it selected on? How annoying isn't that? Wow. I don't know if you heard, but it was the Windows bring bring constantly. Örjan, no, the sound came from me pressing spacebar to pan the painting or any other button. So it wasn't like a hotkey; it was just a shortcut key. Uh, Pressing the keyboard. So what I had to eventually do, in the end, was to press the Windows key 2 times. I tried, Kuru, but it didn't want to. And this problem has only occurred with Windows 10, by the way. Orion, yeah, exactly. So how I had to remedy it now was press Windows key 2 times. So you pop up the start menu, and then it stopped. What happened with the old Photoshop and the problem I had, exact same thing, but what you had to do was just press escape, and it would fix it, or the small enter. Algani, Windows Ink. I hate Windows Ink. It's the most counterproductive function in Windows ever. Screw that thing. OMS, yes, I can, but then I wouldn't get any notifications of why I can't do the action I need to do. So then I'll be just screaming at the computer and saying, "Do what I ask you to do. Why aren't you doing what I need you to do? Do it, do it, do it." At least now I know it's like bugged out and is making that warning sound. Without it, it's gonna be even worse. Be like hammering the keyboard. I have absolutely switched off Windows Ink, I think. There was on internet how to do it. Because it kept doing that circle on the screen. I think the readability is definitely better. Maybe, I don't know. What I used to do with VHS tapes, if anyone is old enough to know, those old videotapes that you put in the machine and you push them down, and you would watch the movie. But they're also surprisingly enjoyable to hit. Like if you take one and then you just smash it, just flies plastic everywhere, and that was my go-to move when I was angry. Like really angry. Let's punch. Like instead of punching the keyboard, just punch a VHS tape. Orion, that's either way, it's good that it's working, right? Okay, I like the changes to the scene. Like it reads better as a thumbnail, and the layers of the volumes, like the volumes overlapping each other, comes off quite well. Uh, like I need to go in and loosen some of these um, edges. They are a little bit too laser accurate. Need to make them a little bit more looser. And that made me think about a song. I'm a loser, baby. Do, 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 do. Mm. I'm a loser, baby. Do, 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 do. Who's that? That's like what was his artist name? Something like Dave? Not Bjork. What? Beck. There we go. Oh yeah. Don't start fiddling unless you have like a vacation time. what I always do is like, all right, now I don't need to work for a while. Let's try some settings. And then you can start messing around with the settings. But never do it like, oh, I'm just gonna fix this thing 1 hour before work starts. And then it breaks. And then the whole day is spent troubleshooting. Or you start a computer and all of a sudden the PC or your computer don't find the Cintiq. And it was absolutely fine when you switched it off. And for some reason, drivers are not found, nothing is being loaded, Cintiq is black screened, and you go, what? That's also fun. Yes. Yes. I had the selection. Yes. I used to have that pressure sensitivity bug, Georg, but it fixed itself actually with some update from someone. But what you had to do, what I had to do in that instance with that pressure sensitivity bug, was to alt tab. I alt tab out of Photoshop into somewhere else, and then alt tab back, and I would have full pressure back, which was, you know, made a lot of sense. Did that help or just make stuff shittier? No, it helped. It became a little bit too washed out, but I think all in all it was an improvement. Yeah, yeah, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. I went the other way, by the way, if you guys noticed. I brightened them rather than darkened them. Because I think it has to be that way. You know, because painting is fun with darkness, but not everyone loves darkness. You know. Hey Amir, yeah. Come to the dark side. Follow for follow. Do you mean is Q09 that I have to follow you if you follow me? Well, depends how skilled you are and how enjoyable your stream is. If it's good stuff, then yeah. Why not? Yeah, it's a little bit more dusty. Yeah. I think currently, uh, currently the corner here, where on the now right side, it's still a bit too sporadic. The lights are too sporadic. Like if we zoom out, left side is reading quite coherent, but the right side, like there's a shape there and a shape there, um, that's like merging too much, or high contrast. It's like it's creating this really odd rhythm. So next time, what I gotta do, I'll probably offline. You guys won't see it, but I will harmonize those sections. I mean, obviously, this guy needs to stand out because he's supposed to be a contrast point to help with the depth. Um, so I just need to kind of make things a little bit more smoother. And less high contrast, jarring. Something like that, but obviously spend some more time on it. But you see how it helps with the flow. I mean, I might have overdone the dusting, but one thing to keep in mind, that I'm trying to keep in mind as well, is like the blue that I'm using for dusting. Like if I would do a color lookup where the blue channel is boosted, it'll be way more saturated. But I'm also contemplating on black, in the end, when I'm doing the color grading, help with this separation, like two different tones of like this. See, but this is obviously too much. But with the grading on top, I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good. So if we it's saved. If we load it back up, let's flip it. If we load it back up, it's a lot more together now. All right. Yeah, the unicorn, you mean, again, for sure. Hey, Red Clay Skull, welcome to the end of the stream. Yeah, so it's Monday is always this painting until it's finished. I have 20 days to finish it, and then the competition ends. So let's have a look-see of who's online, who to host. Let's do a host today rather than raid. John Silva is doing something. Let's look at the tits and ass section. Demons and demigods. Let's go and look at demons and demigods. At least it's not tits and ass. Oh my god, so much tits and ass. Just water falling your face with it. Okay. Voodoo Val. Red Clay Skull. I'm gonna do it the whole time until I'm actually gonna raid today. Screw it. I'm gonna paint on it every Monday on the stream, but also off screen. I'm gonna offline. I'm gonna paint it. I mean, I have 20 days to finish it. I'm gonna fiddle with it a little bit. Kuru, no, nothing wrong with some tits and ass, but it's, you know, when it's just blatant sole purpose, it becomes a little bit cheese, you know. Anyways, have a great one. Catch you guys on Discord. I will probably stream on my lunch today to do paintovers of the 2-week challenge. So it will be saved and put online, so I'll post it in the channel as well. Anyways, have a great one. Bye bye.